Four, three, two, one. Well, the Packers have officially beaten the Bears, and we all know the Bears still suck. They really, really suck. They really, really suck. That's the Bears because they still suck. Let's head to some intro here, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Tom Grossi, and you're watching the PackReacts podcast.
Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to PackReacts. I'm your co-host, Jeremy Hadler, along with our other co-host, Mike Arvonio. Mike is in Chicago, representing the Packers out here, as he's the owner of the Chicago Bears out here, and represent
New Glarus Brewing.
There we go.
Yep. Representing Wisconsin through the beer as well in Illinois.
There we go. Yes. So Mike is repping the Packers out there in Chicago, where the fans know that we own them because we beat the heck out of them every single time, and undefeated in Matt LaFleur era, 11-0.
And actually, wait, give me a second. I'll show you how we own the Bears.
Oh, even better, folks. He's got a special gift for us. Here we go. But it's awesome to own the Bears. It's just awesome. Get to enjoy, sit back, take a drink of the Bear fans' tears, and just chug it all the way down because it's just fantastic to see that. But what we got on here? Oh, my.
Down.
Get that. There we go. Thank goodness. That's a terrible, terrible shirt. Devin Hester.
It's a rally towel that was going for some of the game. Not for me, but I took it free. But if you're going for some of the game, not the last second of the game, though. You got tossed away for the last second, if that makes sense.
There we go. Perfect. So we have that, folks. And of course, we'll be having going over the Packers game here, recapping this game because Mike was at the game, actually, folks. So we'll get Mike's experience in this. Then we'll talk about Packers playoff chances because there was a lot of things that happened we should not have won. And then we talk about our trip because me and Mike are going to the Packers game this weekend.
Well, that's right. That's right. Well, can I start off with my trip? Because my trip's more extended than you. You can't see my usual background. I don't have, 2 queen beds in my house. Yeah. Huh?
Or the dog photo.
Yeah, it was the dog photo, right? The dog's doing, what do you call it? Play calling.
Exactly.
But, that's a great photo. Don't you like that, right?
Yes, it's a great photo.
I love that photo. That's great. I found it in Marshall's, I think. It's great. Wow. But anyway, so I had some vacation days to kill at work, so I decided to it actually worked out really well. Packers played Chicago on Sunday. On Saturday, University of Wisconsin-Madison went there for the Oregon game. They almost won. I would have definitely rushed the field if if they won. Obviously, everybody else did. I'm not going to be the only one, but I would assume they would. That would have been really fun. Although, I'll be honest, if we did win that game, I don't know if I would have made it to Chicago until 5 a.m. at that point. I had to get all the way from Madison to Chicago because the game in Madison was 6:30 to 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And then noon was the game in Chicago.
Wow.
So I stayed outside of Chicago, took a train in, dropped off my rental car, took a train in, dropped off my bags at the hotel, then had to go all the way out to Soldier Field, which is right on the water on the Lake Michigan over here.
Yep.
So I ended up making it 3 plays into the game. So I saw the flyover from outside. I didn't see it from inside. Mm-hmm. But I made it basically in time for the whole game. And I actually got upgraded. I bought my tickets on the way there and got upgraded because I literally bought it 30 minutes before the game started. The tickets don't come in 10 minutes. So I reach out to them and they're like, oh, yeah, those tickets aren't coming. Well, we'll get you another ticket. So I got upgraded. Pretty good tickets for not a ton of money. Definitely. But I remember I was telling you the tickets were $600. Yeah. I ended up paying $215 or in that range.
Wow.
It's a steal. It's a steal, right? That's really what it should have been. And they were pretty good seats too. So yeah, I can see why the Bears need a new stadium. Soldier Field's not that great.
No?
But not only is the Soldier Field not that great, but the Packers didn't play that great. But somehow we still got the win.
Still.
Yeah, so we had the Madison game on Saturday, Packers Sunday morning. Then, Jeremy's going to be in Green Bay on Sunday for the 49ers game.
Woo!
They're in Green Bay starting on Friday, also for the 49ers game. So it kind of worked out where the Packers and Madison had like 3 games in the vicinity that could go to both of them in this kind of area. So, yeah, learning a new city here in Chicago as well. So it's been awesome. I've never made it to Chicago. Obviously, I grew up and live and work in New York City. So it's very similar, just on a much smaller scale. Also has like the rivers that go through it. It's also a lot newer. One thing with real estate, Jeremy, right, is you're dealing with the problems of the past. You can't just knock down a building if you don't like it. It's old.
Yeah.
In Chicago, they had a great fire here in 1873 or something. Yeah. And all the old buildings basically got burnt down just, on its own. So it's a relatively new city in terms of kind of the building that's happened over here. It's very interesting. I like it a lot, actually. Maybe I'll move out here. We'll see. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, hopefully no one hears that. No one watches these shows, right? So, but no, it's actually pretty nice. I kind of like it out here. I'll be honest.
That's
I like the football team, but it's closer to Green Bay, and it's similar to New York. It's similar.
That is good. If you should be living in any enemy territory, folks, that's the only thing.
It's all right. Bears still suck. Like our terminology is, we own them, right? So we have to go close to our ownership.
We do. Mike. We own 2 teams. We own the Packers since of our ownership, and we own the Bears.
That's right. And the Bears are not going to get better anytime soon. They need a new stadium first of all.
Yep.
And honestly, I've been walking around. I don't see a lot of love for the Bears. I don't be honest. I mean, there's Bears fans. Don't get me wrong, but I haven't. I honestly haven't worn a lot of Packers. So the first day I did, but after that, I just haven't. But yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Let's recap this game here. Since the Packers did not play their best, but somehow pulled a miracle, Mike, of winning of a blocked field goal, even though there's investigation on that from Matt Eberflus, who sent it, which really, if you look at the whole thing, it's lopsided of like you cannot figure out how to block a field goal. The rules are like very vague of how you could block a field goal. So he could take that to his grave there, Bear fans, you can. Then there was also penalties on the other side of like DeAndre Swift should have been called because there was a clearly false start on that. Yeah, what was it like, Mike, going into that game, or when you were in the game? What was it like leading up to the end?
Yeah, there were a little bit of Packers fans around me, but it was mostly Bears fans in the stadium, to be honest. I think they were pretty excited to have a chance to beat the Packers because they've lost, obviously,
11
times.
In a row
before that. Now it's 11.
Now it's 11.
So it was definitely mostly Bears fans there. It was a good amount of Packers, but not mostly Bears. Yeah, what? Sorry, now I'm getting my games mixed up between the Wisconsin game and the Packers game. I was going to say the 4th and 9. That was the Wisconsin game. They didn't get up that 4th and 9. They probably win that game. But no, so the Packers, they had that really good drive coming out, right? They looked like they're in command of the offense. Looked like they're going to be in the driver's seat moving forward. I think the defense played decent. They didn't get a ton of turnovers. McKinney's definitely kind of pulled off, since the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously Christian Watson had a big day, which was big, and that's the reason why they probably win this game. Jaden Reed wasn't used a ton. Obviously got the first touchdown in that first drive, then wasn't really % used after that. Jordan Love had that one ball to Kraft that sailed on him that was high. It probably still should have been caught, but got picked off. That was not good. Yeah, I mean, the Packers got beat in this game. I think it was all in all, pretty boring game. Even being there was a pretty boring game.
Mm.
Josh Jacobs, I think, continued strong performances.
Yep.
There's just nothing really that stands out to me. I think they basically both teams were pretty mediocre, and it was came down to the last second. I mean, when the kickoff, when the kick was happening, I basically said like this whole game means nothing. It comes down to this one kick because it's not even to tie; it's to win or lose. If they miss it, they lose. If they win, make it, they win. And it really, the whole game is kind of thrown away and happened in that one play.
Yeah.
And that's what people sometimes don't like about football is the whole game meant nothing, but really the whole game was a bunch of nothing, really.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway from the game. A bunch of nothing. There's really no reason for Packers fans to be super happy. There was no reasons for Bears fans to be happy. I mean, they lost, but there was no reason for them to be super down on themselves either. I mean, both teams are basically just mediocre. I mean, there's really not much more to say.
Yeah. I mean, for me, what I liked in the game was Jordan Love, his game besides that interception. Like, he made some good decisions, even if it was throwing the ball away, Mike, because he was doing a little bit better of his decision-making. And if he doesn't have that interception, he has a pretty good day, honestly, of a 261 of passing yards, 13 for 17 completed passes, one interception. He got sacked once. He had 113 pass rating, 80.7 QBR, which, again, I think is a solid day from Jordan. And then Christian Watson, this was what I wanted to see. He's a boomer bust, as we've been mentioning with John the past couple of weeks. And 4 catches, 150 yards. I mean, he had that. I mean, those 2 plays. Jordan, that one, the first one where Jordan threw it in double man coverage when he should not have been because Kraft was wide open. You could have easily gotten easy path for that, but Watson somehow caught that, so we'll take that. And then it was ridiculous to see Watson make that slide catch, make that diving catch, and nobody's near him, and he just starts running. He runs like he's having a marathon out there, and he's jumping over people. He's doing hurdles, everything, and he gets down to the 5-yard line. That was awesome to see that from Christian Watson, which I missed. Then Josh Jacobs, amazing to see that. Again, the run game's going back up, which I like to see. The big things that really stuck out to me, Mike, was the defense I was a bit annoyed with because it was 3rd and 19. They gave up a 15-yard catch on that last drive. Then it's 4th and 5, and they give that up. That's something that annoyed me. Pass rush was useless until the last drive. They got the first 2 sacks on them. The coverage was very annoying in the secondary that I saw. Like, nobody was, like, getting back at it. They weren't getting in position. They kept getting beat and burned. It was just annoying. Then Quay Walker, the dude needs to get benched. I'm sorry. He just needs to get out of there. He did not play well. I mean, the only thing he did was yell at them on the sidelines, the whole group, but still, I mean, it didn't really do much out there. And then that free play, that was vintage Rodgers play right there. First drive, you get the free play, go right to Reed and get that easy touchdown. That's some of the things I liked. The defense has got to do a lot better. I want to see better pass rush. We got to see in this situation with Caleb Williams, it was kind of reminding me of Justin Fields, because Justin Fields we knew can run, and I would like to see a bit better of containment where Caleb Williams ran it 9 times and had 70 rushing yards. That was killing us. That really was killing us in the game. So that was a big thing to me. I mean, if I had to thank anybody for this game, I thank the Bears head coach, Matt Eberflus, because he pretty much gave us the game. If you look at that as soon as he makes that play to, I believe, Romeo Dunze or Keenan Allen, there's 40 seconds left on the clock, and they're letting it run. They run a play. They just run, give back to Roshan Johnson or DeAndre Swift, I forget who. They just do that, and they let the clock wind down to like 5 seconds left during the game, when they could have easily gotten like another 10, 15, 20 yards. It goes to show you that Matt Eberflus is terrible at game management. He missed his opportunity to stop that Hail Mary against Washington. Now I'm happy Matt Eberflus is doing it for the Bears because he's probably going to get fired, but I hope he stays because it helps us out because the Bears still suck. And he's made the Bears still suck because the last time the Bears had a great head coach was Lovie Smith when the Bears went to the NFC Championship game against us and B.J. Raji pick 6 on that team. So
yeah. I think
that's just me.
Thanks for bringing up the coaching. Something I wanted to hit on. And, that's something that I care too much about Eberflus, I'll be honest.
Sure.
The guy who really disappointed me in that game, and the reason why I think the Packers almost lost, and almost to a point where it's like fireable decisions to lose, almost make us lose a super important divisional game in a game that basically kind of seesawed our playoff chances. Apparently, if we beat the 49ers on Sunday, Packers have a – sorry, did I cut out?
No, you did.
Sorry, my computer locked on me. But apparently the Packers have like a 94% chance of making the playoffs as a wild card, right? We're not going to get the North.
We're not winning the division. No.
But if they beat the 49ers – but if they would have lost to the Bears, it would have been like down to like 40 or something. So like this was a super important game, and the Packers would get it again. I mean, we should be happy with our playoff chance increase from that one block and one play. That's great. I mean, it's a huge win. But again, in terms of actual like actuality. Do you think this team makes a run for the playoffs? I don't think so. I mean, I'd say you beat the Lions, who look outstanding, playing like they played against the Bears. So, I don't have a ton of confidence in this team in the long run, but I do think they make the playoffs at this point. I think that win was a big reason why. But again, I think it was more of a formality than anything. But anyway, the reason why I'm pretty disappointed and almost, like I said, like a fireable offense. Matt LaFleur, man. Yeah. Matt LaFleur made some terrible decisions. And I'm sitting there in the stadium thinking, what is this guy doing? Okay, so Jordan Love on the what do you call it? The run where they called him short, right?
Yep.
Right. That the touchdown where they go up by one. For some reason, LaFleur thinks it's smart to challenge that, right? It's a spot challenge. It's very unlikely to overturn it to begin with. You got to think about it. The call on the field was not a touchdown. To overturn it to be a touchdown needs to be completely obvious because refs don't really want to give them the lead that late in the game based off of an overturned call, right? But even if they got it, right, it's actually worse that he scores there, right? Because at that point, they're only up one. So all the Bears need to do is get a field goal and they win. You don't want to give the Bears a ton of time. And if you do end up giving them a ton of time, you need the timeouts to get the ball back yourself, right? If they get a field goal. So you can't waste the timeout. So it's not like you just say, I'll just throw away the timeout. And honestly, it's better if you don't score there. And it'll be a first down. It's not like it's third or fourth and goal. Then, okay, then I'm concerned, right? It's literally first and goal on the one. If you can't get a touchdown 1 yard in 4 plays, you don't deserve to win the game. The best case scenario, if you were to think, Jeremy, right, is that he gets stopped at the one. Somehow he gets stopped 3 plays. And on fourth and run, you score a touchdown and you basically have no time on the clock. Mm-hmm. That's the best case scenario. So to what do you call it? Challenge that is just dumb. Like it makes no sense. There is no benefit to challenging. If you score a touchdown, if you win the challenge, you keep your timeout and you get a touchdown, great. But then they have a minute and 50 seconds left, right? Mm-hmm. If you lose, like they did, you're in the same position as you were before, but you lose a timeout that you're going to need, and they needed it. And you don't even have the opportunity. Sorry, but at least you have the opportunity to run the clock down, right? So losing is actually the best case scenario, but you gave away a timeout. But if you won, you don't have any any opportunity to run the clock down. But you're up 1, right? So what ended up happening was they lost the timeout, and then they scored anyway, and so it really didn't matter other than they blew away a timeout, right? Because they didn't really waste that much time. They maybe wasted another 5 seconds or so. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say kneel it down because you lose 2 yards. I think that's a bad idea. Yeah. So I think you got to go and try to score on 2nd and 1. Like, I mean, what do you do? Just drop? I mean, I guess you could hike it and fall down and then hope that. But I think you just got to try to make it. But I didn't have a problem with scoring on the next play. Honestly, what would have been best is if he got stopped all those times and then got a 4th down. But again, you can't really force that to happen or blow away plays, hoping that on the fourth one you only have one shot at it. So you gotta take your 4 chances. But what I'm saying is there's no reason to challenge that.
Yeah, that's one of my big pet peeves with LaFleur is he challenges for no reason, and every time I think like he has challenged, he has lost almost every single time, which has annoyed me. And that decision making, which we'll get to a little bit more with, like he should have took the field goal, is another thing. It kept reminding me of the NFC Championship game against the Bucs. Like there were times you could have easily won the game, and you chose the wrong path. You did not go down the yellow brick road. You went down the terrible path to get yourself killed. That is what LaFleur was doing to give every Packers fan a nightmare situation.
Yeah, and the other thing, you brought it up. I was trying to remember what the other thing that I really had a problem with. It was the field goal, or not the lack of the field goal. You don't go for it on 4th and 6. You need the points. You need the points at that point. There's still plenty of time where you get the ball back. Mm-hmm. If they get the field goal there, now it's a 4-score game when they scored a touchdown. Yeah. I'm sorry, not 4-score, 4-point game when they scored a touchdown, which means that they need to score a touchdown to win. So you need the points. Why? What was the benefit? And you're going to get the ball back again. What was the benefit of going for it on 4th and 6 when it's almost impossible to expect them to get it on 4th and 6 in the red zone? I mean, it's just a dumb move.
And then the 2-point conversion, Mike. What was that play? Is my question.
Yeah, that's the other one, right? And then a terrible play call on the 2-point conversion, which somebody was trying to tell me that the 2-point conversion, not me, but somebody was writing that the 2-point conversion, like the idea to go for the 2-point conversion, made no sense, and that makes no sense to me because a 2-point conversion would have got them and made it a 3-point game. So I don't know who this guy was on Twitter trying to say, well, the going for it too made no sense. No, that was the right call. The problem was the play call sucked. It was like a Statue of Liberty handoff that wasn't even blocked correctly, and it stopped completely in the backfield. And it was like a complete debacle sitting there. You're like, oh, well, they're going for 2. Good idea. Okay, let's get this. This is a big 2-point. And no, never mind. It literally took 2 seconds to get tackled. Like that was terrible. So yes, those are the 3 things down the stretch. The Packers lost. I know they didn't lose, but they lost the game for themselves.
They kept shooting themselves in the foot too many times until they had no foot left.
Right. And those 3 decisions lost the game for the Packers. Luckily, Rich Bisaccia apparently saw something in the way that the guy kicked the ball and the way that they were blocked the field goals. And they got lucky by an inch because even with all that happening, they still only blocked it by an inch. I couldn't even tell that it got knocked in the stadium. Granted, I was on the other side of the field. But, I just saw the ball not go in. So the Packers won the game by an inch. Not because of anything they did. They won it by an inch. Other than that, it was basically a 60-minute game of a dead heat tie where neither team played that well, and then they won the game by an inch.
Mm-hmm.
But football's a game of inches. Again, a win's a win. We're not going to apologize for a win.
Yep.
But I think more negatives come from this game than positives, in my opinion. The biggest positive is what do you call it? Christian Watson had a great game. Looked healthy for once. Also, Jordan Love looked pretty healthy, which was good. Looked like he definitely healed up quite a bit from the bye week. The one injury concern was Jair Alexander goes down, and you could see right away that they took advantage of him. Or advantage of him not being there.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't playing. Like, it was right as soon as it was getting down. I think it was the second quarter, and then they said on TV, LaFleur said this time was like, don't expect Jair to go out there anytime soon or the rest of the game. And that literally was like the debacle to me of annoyance. I'm just like, we can't have – it's like I compare that situation, Mike, to the Aaron Jones situation. We're great when he's on the field. When he's off the field, it's horrible for us. And we can't heavily rely too much on him because that's one of the big things to me. I was just annoyed about that. But it was interesting though, Mike, because I found out on Twitter that the last time the Packers blocked a potential game-winning field goal against them was 1939 against the I think it was the St. Louis. No, it was either Cleveland Rams or St. Louis Browns, something like that. If I'm correct, it was one of those teams. And it was 1939 was when that happened. And then, yeah, that happened. And then what else was it? Yeah, the Jair situation. That's just a bit of a debacle of annoyance. Okay. I will say this, Mike, even though we're not seeing the sacks, I will say Rashawn Gary had a good game because he got a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams. That's the only thing I would give a nod to Rashawn about, but overall, no.
The other good thing, Rashawn Gary had a good game, and then the other thing I'll give him is when they needed it the most, the defensive line and they got the sacks. Although then they gave it up. The 3rd and 20, and then to get 9 and get on the 4th down, that was terrible. Packers should have won that game just right in those 2 plays, and then they blew it. So that was a nightmare. But before that, they were playing good and good defense, and they were dialing up the pressure.
Yeah.
One good thing about this is this continues my streak of games I've traveled for that I have not seen a Packers loss. Although again, I saw Packers they should have lost. That was the preseason game.
Oh yeah, that's
ended early. But I still haven't seen a loss on the road. Knock on wood that I don't see it on Sunday. But
wow.
Yeah, I've never traveled to see the Packers lose. I think I've seen them lose in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But I've seen them win more times than not. Well, yeah, we lost against the Giants, right? So I definitely saw them lose.
Yeah. Comments. We got some comments here, Mike. We got one from a Packers fan channel, Rob. And then we got Zach here. Why no catches for my guy, Tucker Kraft, last week, Gronkowski? Well, Zach, we didn't use him because Christian Watson is the bear killer. He kills the Bears.
Well, the reason why is because Jordan Love sailed one over his head, even though I still think it was catchable from my seat. I don't know. I felt like it was more on Kraft than it was Love, but it seems like that is not the consensus with LaFleur and some other people. So, again, maybe I didn't really see it right, but it was definitely high. But, yeah, they didn't really go over the field.
All right. And then Rob, Packers 34, 49ers 21. Book it. I like it. Rob. Appreciate you commenting on the channel. I follow you on Instagram. I like your channel a lot, so it's pretty awesome to see that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for doing it. And when we do our predictions, we'll put that one back up.
Yeah, we will put that back up. Rob, you are welcome anytime you want to come on the Packers show to talk Packers. We always welcome fans to come on. We always welcome on. So, Rob, if you ever want to hop on, you can reach out to us on PackReacts on X, or you can look either me and Mike up on Instagram too. So you can look up for that to stay tuned. And we got more comments, Mike, to see. It's rolling in here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, when you see Gronkowski get a TD this week, well, I hope we do, because we'll be going debacle out here, because that man deserves his Kraft mac and cheese sponsor. I'm waiting for this. It has not happened. He needs it, Mike.
I know. He's my fantasy team name. Tucker Kraft Singles is mine.
That's
my fantasy team name.
In our fantasy, which I beat the living crap out of you last week.
No, my team sucks in most of my fantasy leagues this year. So
yeah. All right, Jason. Thoughts on the Saints' chances of making playoffs? Personally, I think they will be going undefeated for the rest of the season. You are a Cowboys delusional fan, sir, is what I would say.
What do the Cowboys fans care about the Saints?
I'm saying a Cowboys delusional fan when they think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, so he's a Saints fan? So you're saying he's a Saints fan, like Cowboy delusional fan?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, but apparently, what's his name? Allen is doing better coaching, right?
No, Dan Allen got fired.
So Allen's got sorry.
I don't know who the other one is.
Again?
Hold on.
It's the special teams guy going to hire.
Rizzy.
Yeah, Rizzy, right?
Oh, he's got Riz. He's got Riz. What?
Yeah, we were going to hire him on special teams, and he went to the Saints instead. Yeah, I remember.
Well, it's time for them to rebuild is what they need to do, and get rid of everybody and clear the whole cap salary and all that. But yeah, they need a rebuild. It's been forever, because they haven't been the same since Drew Brees has left, and they keep trying to compete, and they have the worst NFL cap space in the league by a mile.
Saints?
Yes. If you look up the Saints salary cap, they allowed to pay Michael Thomas, who is no longer with them anymore, and who called out the Saints this season, which was hilarious on Twitter. You re-signed Alvin Kamara this season, which I understand, but he's going to get up in age, and you might as well just get rid of everything. They traded Marshawn Lattimore. I remember his butt pick back in the day. That was hilarious. They really don't have anybody left. It's just, I mean, they have Derek Carr, but Derek Carr, well, he's not that great. He's not that great. And Mike knows that pretty well since he saw the Packers beat Derek Carr last year for about 2 quarters until he got hurt. But
he got hurt, right? Yeah.
He did see that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we had a total of 6 viewers live here, Mike, of watching us because we got a couple viewers here.
Twitter, we have 15, but Twitter for some reason doesn't go down when people leave. So I don't know if that's at current.
That'll be something to watch over. Film it for me. Thanks for the answer. No problem. Baker will not let this slide, but that is the comments. Feel free to comment, folks. We appreciate you tuning in of anything to the Packers. But back to the game here, Mike, because the Packers, they barely get this win. I mean, it's 2019. Now you go to face the devil, the 49ers. You go to face them. And how we feeling about this, Mike? Because we're going to this game.
Yeah. So, on personal reasons, it's going to be fun. We're going to have to see how and when we meet up. I'll try to go to the, was it Anduzzi's beforehand? That's where you go? Or sorry, where do you go again?
Sammy's.
Sammy's? Okay.
Sammy's, yes.
So I'll try to meet up with you there.
Okay.
But you're only going up on Sunday, right?
Yes, only Sunday. I do know, Mike, for you, if you want to go up, Cheesehead TV is doing something.
I was hoping they were doing so, yeah.
They're doing something. My dad was saying something about that, but I also know on Sunday they're doing something in parking lot 1. Nagler will be there.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look into that because I'm not a member, so I have to see. But yeah, so and maybe I'll become a member. But I wanted to see if they were doing the meetup on Saturday. I figured like this was the game that they were gonna do it. So thanks for pointing that out. I'll see if I can figure it out.
Yeah. We got to figure.
But
that
it's gonna be a good game. Look, it's gonna be a good game. 49ers are a better team than they've shown, although they've had a lot of injuries. I think they've got a lot healthier. Kittle should be back this week. I think McCaffrey's playing now. Am I right?
McCaffrey's been playing a couple weeks, but Mike, Brock Purdy got hurt, but he's going to play. Nick Bosa got hurt with a hip injury this past game, and Trent Williams, their best O-lineman, the guy who punches random people, is also hurt too. So that is going to be a key to watch out for, and they're definitely going to play Kittle, even though he's limited. He's going to have to go.
Yeah, I agree. No, it's going to be a good game. Look, you know what's funny, Jared? Just thought about this. We were supposed to go to the first game together. Guess what game it would have been? Well, actually, sorry, it wouldn't have been this game. I'm sorry, that's not right. But guess what killed that situation?
The 49ers,
Packers 49ers
special teams game.
Yep. So I guess it's only fitting that it's the Packers 49ers game that we
this is where we put them out of their misery the first time.
We meet in Green Bay, we met before multiple times, but not in Green Bay. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to get a picture for the opener or something. I'll be honest, I haven't taken any videos for the stream. I didn't think I was going to. Sorry, I haven't got
on, Mike. You didn't get the
hey. Here, here's my Chicago content for the stream. All right.
Well, there we go, folks. All right.
Here we go.
Ooh, there we go.
So, maybe I should do the rest of the stream here.
There you go. Do the rest of the stream there, Mike.
Let's do that.
All right.
Rob just responded. Let's get his response on the stream.
All right, I got you. Rob, what we got? Appreciate the kind words, guys. Keep killing it. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for joining. I'll be honest. Jeremy's doing a great job this season. I've been okay, but we got to keep going. Hopefully, we get some content out of Green Bay. It's going to be fun.
I'm vlogging the whole trip, so you'll be in the vlog, Mike.
Good. All right, let's do it.
Oh,
so there. Look, Sammy's exactly. So usually I go Saturday night. If anyone's watching the stream, I'll be at what do you call it? Wow, I can't think of the name of the bar right now. What's the main bar over there?
Crawls? No.
No, Crawls the other bar, which I will be going to that too. I can't think of the name.
I can't remember what Nag said.
Oh,
I can't remember the
man.
bar. Hold on. I'll look it up. Packers mean bar in green. Did you even go to the Packers bar, Mike, in Chicago?
No. Well, I kind of did. So there's
Okay.
one bar near my hotel actually. So again, I went to so I was thinking about going there for the game if I didn't actually make the Soldier Field. But the problem was, well, I made it to the Soldier Field, right? So I wasn't gonna go there for the game since I made it to the actual game. But when I came back to my hotel, I had to get dinner somewhere. So I looked up the Packers bars again. One was like all the way north, and apparently I was the better one. But there was one that's in the River North area, which is where I'm staying, which you see right behind me. There you go. And if you guys want to see the river,
the
river's right. Can you see it? It's
sort of. I sort of see it, Mike. I could. Yep, I see it. Yep.
It's like that. You see that?
Yes, I see that.
Or I think it's also on the back here.
Yeah, right there. Yep.
Yeah, right there. So no, this is a nice hotel I'm staying at. The other nights I was staying at, I moved around a little bit for monetary reasons. I won't bore everyone with that reason. But I was in a suite. I had like a, what do you call it? A corner room that had views like this Willis Tower and all downtown. This is downtown over here, but I can't see Willis Tower from this one, unfortunately. Anyway, so I went to this Packers bar that, is a Packers bar. It was mostly Packers bars there, or fans there to watch the Sunday night football game.
Yep.
I don't know. It wasn't that great, I'll be honest. The food was pretty bad. It was all like fried stuff. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Kind of should have wished I went somewhere else. But, it was all right.
That's good.
I'm sure during the games it's more fun.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can't shout it out here. Just search on Reddit like Packers bars in Chicago. There's one that's more uptown. Apparently, is better. The one I went to, I'm not going to give them a shout out because I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, they were fine. They weren't the nicest people in the world either. I don't know. I probably wouldn't go back. There was nothing like super wrong with it. It just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't great. Kettle of Fish much better.
Oh yeah, Kettle Fish. Yep.
Granted, in their defense, it wasn't during the Packers game, right? It was afterwards. So I've never been to Kettle without it being a Packers game. They might not be that. It might not be that great of a place. When it's not Packers. I'm sure it is because they're very nice people.
Probably. But let's talk this game here, Mike, because we're going to the game. We know Packer fans that are going to the game. We know Packer diehards that's been on our channel before is going to the game. Matt Ramage is going to the game. Aaron Nagler is going to the game. But we got a lot of Packer fans out here going to the game, Mike.
I guess so. Saturday night's gonna be a fun night, Jeremy. You gotta come. What do you come in Friday?
Friday I come in and then I stay with my cousins the next 2 days.
Yeah. You gotta come to Green Bay.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm gonna do in Green Bay is I'm gonna look at some condos, see if anything makes sense.
Right, boys, heading out.
But one day I will. And the viewers of PackReacts can we can have some fun in Green Bay.
There we go. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob. Rob is invited to the house in Green Bay when I get it. Again, it's going to be many years out. I wouldn't get too excited, but we're going to rival Cheesehead TV's house. Maybe it's not going to be across the street from Lambeau Field, but yep. Thanks, Rob, for staying. Yeah, stadium view. Thank you. What do you call it? Stadium view. I can't believe I didn't get that. But yeah, one day I'll have a house and we're gonna rival Cheesehead TV.
Rob's with us. Rob's with us on that.
But yeah. No, it's gonna be fun. So you gotta come out earlier next time though, Jeremy. I know you stay with family where? Madison area?
No, Milwaukee area. Just above Milwaukee.
Yeah. I should have went to college in Madison, Jeremy. You never thought about going to Madison for college?
No, I was mostly a D3 or stay in the state is what I consider. Just stay in the area.
Yeah. I should have went to Wisconsin. My type of people, Wisconsin people.
There we go. But yeah, no.
All right, but
it's going to be interesting, Mike.
Yeah, so you want to talk about the game itself?
Yes.
All right, so the game itself. So I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be, like I said, it's basically a playoff game for the Packers. You win this game mathematically.
You should
really spot. I could look up the New York Times thing if we want while you're talking about what you think. But
yeah, sorry. You could look that up, Mike. I will share my screen and share with everybody the ESPN version. It doesn't give us the analytics like Mike does, even though it's great for that. But we got hold on, I have to share it also with the Twitter, because I cannot forget about our Twitter fans out here, because we're shooting both on X and YouTube out here. So now I got both here, folks, for you. All right. So
do I need to approve on Twitter? You're good.
I think I'm good. I shared it on the Twitter, so it should be good on your side, Mike. But let's look here currently of what we got here of this current playoff picture in the NFL here. Of course, you got the Chiefs, who are somehow winning. Then you got the Detroit Lions, number 1 seed. And then you got from wild card picture on the AFC we'll start with, because this is very interesting. You got the Broncos, the 7th seed, the Bills, the 2nd, the Pittsburgh Steelers somehow making a run, 3rd seed. Houston, 4th seed. They're going to be guaranteed the 4th seed is Houston. 5th seed is the Chargers. 6th seed is Baltimore. So that will be very interesting on that side. But let's talk about what we're really here about is the NFC, because, of course, you got the Lions at number 1. Number 2 is the Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 8-2. Cardinals at 6-4. Hawks, no, not the Hawks. That's basketball. Falcons, 6-5, the 4th seed. Then the 5th seed is the Minnesota Vikings. Then you got the Packers, our team, 7-3. Then you got the Washington Commanders sitting at 7-4 at the 7th seed here. And so what I like to do here on this channel is do a rooting guide for you Packer fans out there that like to watch the games and cheer. So, of course, we obviously give my team a dub, because if we don't, then we're going to be very bad. But we'll do a worst-case scenario in this progress. So, Thursday, this game does not matter, because it's going to be a blowout. Steelers are going to win. Sorry, Brown fans. Sorry, Zach, about that. Next game, this is also going to be a blowout, because Tommy DeVito is playing, Mike. He is no more Daniel Jones. Tommy Cutlets is playing out there with the money here. So you got him playing, which he's going to lose terribly. And you got the Chiefs-Panthers. Well, that's a blowout. This game, if I'm a Packers fan, you root for the Cowboys. It's just a safety option here, because you want the Eagles to win the division here, because we lost the tiebreaker against week 1 when we should have beat them in Brazil, but we lost them. So they hold the tiebreaker over because of head-to-head tiebreaker. Then the next game, that does not matter. That game does not matter. This game, it's going to be a blowout for the Lions, but might as well hope for something, which is not going to happen. But we got to hope as Packer fans. Then the next game, which will be interesting, the Vikings at Chicago. Now, this one, Mike, I could actually see an upset really for this, because I think firing that offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, helped the Bears out. And I think this will actually help the Bears give them some confidence and be so annoyed from losing to us to take it all on the Vikings. So I'm going to hope for that. As a Packers fan, I hate the Bears, but when it's divisional rivals, you kind of have to root for one or the other, depending on your playoff chances or your draft chances if your team has no shot at making playoffs this year. But I got to root for the Bears just for that. And, of course, this game does not matter. Then you got the Packers over the Niners. This game will be interesting because the Packers do hold the tiebreaker over the Cardinals. The Packers have yet to play the Seahawks. But if I'm doing a safe bet, if the Packers lose to the Seahawks eventually, then I want the Seahawks to win this game. But for safety reasons, you might as well have the Seahawks go down a bit to make the record a bit, so it doesn't have to come down to head-to-head tiebreaker. Then the Packers hold a tiebreaker over the Rams because of head-to-head. I would like the Rams to beat the Eagles just to make it a little more competitive, if easier, because the Commanders have an easy schedule. So if the Eagles somehow mess up and they keep losing games and they lose more games than the Packers do, then the Packers would overtake them in the wild card standings, folks. So that's it for this week. Then, of course, you got week of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So if I really want to do this, boom, Packers, we're just going to lay it all out. If let's say they went out, which is not going to happen most likely, but a man can dream, Mike. A man can dream. The Saints, well, you suck anyway. No offense to Jason there, but they do suck. Then you got the Vikings. Well, you beat them. Then the Bears again. So, of course, Mike, when we were looking at this completely without doing anybody else team, we are currently the number 1 seed of the NFC and the NFL too.
Wait. You got him to be number 1 seed?
Yes, without doing any other predictions for week 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, except Packers winning every single game.
So if the Packers win every single game, they're by default.
Yeah, by default with not doing predictions of the Lions-Vikings game, which I'll do that, for example. I can work my magic here as I will. Let's put the Giants or the Eagles, which will not happen, but you man can hope. Then we got Cowboys over that. We got the 49ers over this. You got to do this. Do a little bit of that. This is interesting here, there. That doesn't matter. Why not? Give it to the Giants. They can win it. Then the next week, this game will be very interesting, so I'll wait to hold off that. Then you got the Vikings there. Then let's see, Mike. This is very easy when we're doing this. Nope. Yep, that I can help me out with that. This can help me. This can help me. This can help me. I'll do this just for why not? Ooh, that's even better. Now I need the Falcons to lose. That doesn't help me. Falcons can lose to the Panthers. Saints can win this. Cowboys, you win. Seahawks win that. Who else is left?
The Packers win out, and the Eagles and Lions both lose about 2 games.
So that's what we pretty much need, Mike. And the Eagles do have some tough games. They have to face Baltimore. They have to face the Commanders again. Let's not forget that. Then they face Pittsburgh, another tough game. So it's doable without the Lions in the way to get it. But with the Lions, looking at them, Mike, they have a very easy schedule here. Really, I mean, they really have an easy schedule.
You got to play the Bills. So that could be a loss. Other than that, it's not super hard. But
yeah, they have the Bears, and then they got the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings could play a factor of helpful for us, really. They do have the 49ers bike, so that could help us out, depending what 49ers team shows up. Then maybe it's that time, Mike, that they'll lose against us this week, but they'll do us a favor and beat the Lions.
Maybe.
Let bygones be bygones, is what I would say of that process for us.
Yeah. We'll see. But it's probably look, if they win the division, I would say it's actually probably probable.
Yes.
But I don't think they win a division.
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. But if the Packers somehow win a division, I think that then the NFC North winner is the 1 seed. So
I agree.
They are more than likely the 1 seed if they win a division, but they basically need to win out, and the Lions need to lose 2 games. I mean, it's very unlikely that they get it.
Yeah. If the Packers demolish the Bears like the Lions have the past couple weeks, then I could maybe believe it a little, but not really. But I would agree with you, Mike. If whoever wins the NFC North, I would say, is going to get the number 1 seed, and then whoever wins the NFC East is going to get the number 2 seed. And at worst, if the Packers win, they would get the 2 seed. So really, the NFC East and the NFC North winners are going to be getting the 1 and 2 seed.
Yeah, I agree. It has to be.
Yeah, I do think the NFC South is going to be the 4 seed as usual because they always stink. And then the NFC West, because it's debacle between the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. 49ers are somehow in it still. I could see them getting the 3rd seed just above the Falcons because I don't think the Falcons are a good team that everyone says they could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think regardless, it's going to be probably the East and North and 1 and 2, and then West and South and 3 and 4.
Yeah, I just think that's going to be the case, though, folks. I think it is, but no, that is the playoff machine updates. Mike, do you have it on your end of the New York Times?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah. All right, I'll stop sharing on my end. All righty. So let's go back. We're back with Mike here. Put it up, sir, as we give you updates here, folks, of this playoff chances because it's great. It's just great because it's almost that time, folks, to go to the NFL playoffs because it'll be fun. And I'll be at the Super Bowl too, folks. I'll be at the Super Bowl. So I'll be at more appearances than the Dallas Cowboys in my lifetime this Super Bowl. That will be fun, Mike. That will be fun.
All right, can you see?
Yes, let me. That's the screen there. It's up on my end, sir. And is also up on your end, so you are good, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we kind of already said about the 1 seed, so it's really just how do we make the playoffs, right? I mean, I think that's what we really care about at the moment.
Yep.
We know who we're in competition with for the North, which then means the 1 or 2 seed. But look, if the Packers win any one of these games, we're in the high 90s. Right now, we're 84 to make the playoffs. The Packers beat the 49ers. It's basically a playoff game. You're at like 96, 95, 96. You can make that even higher. Did the Cowboys or Texans win? I don't know why this hasn't updated.
Oh, I don't know why. Well, the Texans won.
So I don't know if that changes anything. Actually makes it worse in some ways. Oh, sorry. I think 1 second. Let me clear this out. Let's just refresh.
Yeah, hit the reset button.
No.
Oh. Well, we're trying here, folks.
Done that.
Oh, no, Mike.
I shouldn't have done that.
Well, so much for your analytics there, guys.
Damn it. I had it too.
Wait.
Well,
we got it.
We're back. So if we win, we're somewhere in like the mid 90s.
Yep.
And you got to give it to Texans, right?
Yep, Texans beat that.
So the Thursday night game doesn't matter. Sunday before our game, right? So we'll know going in. If let's say the Vikings beat the Bears, Giants beat the Buccaneers, which is probably not going to happen, but just in theory, this is the best case. I think Commanders or which one's green?
It would be better if the Cowboys win.
So that would be a 95. At the same time, we could have. It seems like it doesn't really matter here, but you want the Eagles to win. Even I would say you want the Eagles to lose because
you want them to win the division.
Yeah, but I think you want them to lose in case for some reason we do win out.
Yeah, that's why I like the Rams to win.
So we can't clinch next week, which I didn't think you could, but you get pretty close. And then if you win the next week, I don't think you even clinch there if everything goes right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe you can.
Ooh, there we go. Maybe, Eli's chilling.
You're not clinched, but you're basically clinched. Oh, wait. I mean, you're in a good spot there. You can't clinch. It doesn't seem like you really clinch.
I don't think it's going to let you clinch.
Wait, no, that's kind of clinch.
That's clinch, I would argue.
I mean, I don't think it's a full clinch, but it's basically a clinch.
Yeah.
This is a clinch.
That's a clinch.
Yeah. Although it's not 100%. This should be 100%.
I don't think it's going to go 100%. Oh, there we go.
So I guess it's. I don't even think there's a way to clinch before.
There's probably a way to clinch for week 14. So there is, we could clinch week 14.
Let's see what I could get rid of. No, I can't get rid of that. Can I get rid of that? Get rid of that. I think I get rid of that, right? No.
Well, that's your analytics.
It's not even a clinch. Anyway, it's very unlikely that the Packers clinch before like week 15. But they're basically guaranteed regardless. So that's all. It's not that interesting this year because the NFL, but the NFC is not that competitive. Honestly, it's
no.
Some really good teams in the Lions, and the NFC North teams have a good record, but really the Lions are by far the best team in the NFC North, or NFC. Yeah. And the Eagles are okay, and what do you call it? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go 100%. Oh, there we go. 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 that is your analytics, guys, for playoff hopes of the Packers trying to make a playoff gain. Most likely is what we're looking at is 5 to 6 seed is, or 5 seed is the biggest goal, is what I would say for the Packers, or 6 seed. At this point, the division is most likely out of the reach, so that's what I would say for the Packer fans.
Yep.
But yeah. All right, Mike. Do we want to talk predictions here of this channel for the 49ers game?
Predictions, and then in person, what our plans are?
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, my prediction. So I'm gonna keep. I can't. Sorry, personally, I can't pick the Packers to lose when we're going to the game. That would be depressing. So I am gonna pick us to win. Although I think it's gonna be a tough game. I don't think the Packers run away with this one.
No,
I think it's gonna be pretty close. I think it's actually kind of a high-scoring game. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose. Honestly, if we weren't going to this game, I might pick the other way. So I don't know if that's given me what do you call it? Great believability here. But look at this. It's a pretty interesting article. I gotta read this. Anyway, sorry. Got a notification. So I would say Packers 31, 49ers 27.
That's a good prediction. I also think it'll be high scoring too, Mike. I'll take the Packers on this one. Let me think. High scoring game. I don't want to go 30s because I just feel like this offense is not going to – I don't think our offense can do it. I think it's going to be 28 to 24, I'll say, Packers.
28-24, 34-21 from Rob, who's now putting down his child. So thanks, Rob, for making the prediction as well. Anybody who's watching that wants to put in a prediction, feel free. We can make that a new thing. Yeah, we'll see. But it's going to be fun. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to get to Titletown on Saturday. Hopefully maybe I'll go to this Cheesehead TV meetup. But I got to see how to do that. I'm not even sure. But yeah. And Jeremy and I should be at Sammy's, I guess, on Sunday. I don't even have tickets at the moment. I got to get tickets. But
Mike, you got to buy the tickets now.
I'm telling you, I bought tickets for the Bears game right before and got moved up.
Okay, well, I think it's going to be a bit more expensive in this game, I would say, compared to the Bears game.
No, I think the Bears game is actually their smaller stadium.
But the competition.
So, and think about it as a divisional game. I mean, the tickets right now only like $200 to go to the Green Bay one. So, I think it's going to go cheaper. Also, I'll tell you offline, but apparently I might have another way to get tickets. I don't know. I will see if that happens.
Is it winning tickets?
That cannot happen, huh?
Is it winning tickets? Winning?
No, tickets? Maybe it's meeting somebody whose family is a season ticket holder. I don't know if that's happening. I will say maybe.
All right, Mike. I found the cheapest ticket for you right now is $132.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm up on that. Where is it?
Section 743 South, row 19.
That's all the way up top, right? I don't really want to sit there.
Yeah. So that's up to you. Let me see. All right. If I were to do section 118, row 57, $355.
I'll take a look. I'm going to the game regardless. So I have to spend my whole life savings to go. I'm going to be there. I mean, that's not going to happen.
But he'll fight for you guys. Who will be there?
I'll be there. I won't be sitting next to you though because he's
Yeah, that's true.
Tell me your tickets.
Hey, you could.
Are these your tickets or your? What do you call it?
No. I think my dad bought tickets, but he sold the other ones.
Yep.
So yeah, that happened, and then I'm trying to think. Mike, you could come down after the game. You could come down to my section.
Yeah. Send me the section. I'll try to find tickets somewhere around there.
All right, I will do. Will do. But yeah, that will do it. Oh my, the light is flickering. Did power lose yet? No, I thought the power might lose. Oh well. Yeah, folks, that will do it here for PackReacts. We appreciate everyone tuning in, and of course,
Sorry, can I say one thing real quick?
go ahead, sir.
All right, I just gotta make a little bit of a political announcement or endorsement here on the show.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know. Do you follow politics at all, Jeremy?
I try to stay out of it as best I can. Try to stay best out of it.
But I just got to make an endorsement. I don't know if this is allowed or not for my compliance purposes, but if it isn't, sorry. But maybe I'm going to keep my names to myself. But all I'm going to say is there's a certain position in the U.S. government for a secretary in the cabinet for Treasury. And, I highly endorse one of the candidates that's there. And I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if there's any problems. But let's just say his first name starts with the same initial as my name. And last name starts with an R. But that's all I'm going to say. But I highly endorse him. I really hope this happens. This would be great. It's somewhat affiliated with me. So this would be great. So it's live on the show, making an endorsement. That's all.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, so we will be at the game next week. So if anybody's going to the Packers game, reach out to us. We will try. We won't do a meetup because we don't know if anyone would really show for a meetup. But we will try to say me and Mike will try to meet each other. We will also try to see our other Packer friends out there, Packer diehards. We'll try and see Matt Ramage maybe. We'll try to see some other people out there. Maybe Aaron Nagler. She's at TV. We'll try
hit
and
up
see
diehards. I'll hit up diehards. You hit up Nagler. I mean, not Nagler. Nagler doesn't care about us.
Yeah, Nagler doesn't care.
Hit up Ramage.
Yeah. I'll hit up Ramage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got that, folks. But I do want to send it out, and I know Twitter won't get this, but to the YouTubers who are watching, I got to send it off because the Bears still suck, and this is what I say will happen for the next 20 years until this man gets traded to the New York Jets.
Oh, wait, can we?
Oh, fine. Go ahead.
What's going on with Rodgers, man? The Jets, they look terrible. I mean, Rodgers might be back on Minnesota next year.
But we can also say this, that Gutekunst is a great GM and he's a smart man.
Look, I would not say Gutekunst is a great GM. Let's take a little bit slow.
Good.
But he was definitely right to get rid of Rodgers when he did. I think I was right when I said that, look, there's only one way that this trade works out for the Jets, and that's if they win the Super Bowl. But the thing is not only did they not win the Super Bowl, but it was a complete debacle. I mean, they look worse with Rodgers than without him. So I don't know. That's why the Jets are just a poorly ran organization. I don't think Joe Douglas was good, and I think they completely it was Rodgers' playground, like what the Packers didn't want to give him.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing kind of the impact of it. But getting Devontae Adams made no sense. I knew that you're not going to get Devontae Adams, and that changes the trajectory of the team, especially when they had a losing record. They just doubled down, and now they're in a really bad position. And
it could be
for the Jets.
We could have another Devontae Adams situation where he goes to play for his best friend, and he doesn't play the next year.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers probably not going to be there next year. Apparently, Woody Johnson wanted to sit him.
He did, yeah.
December. So that's not good. You can't sit Rodgers at this point, but they cannot bring him back. I mean, I wouldn't honestly be surprised if he's on the Vikings. I mean, he's not going to go to the Bears. It makes no sense. They have Caleb Williams. Even if Caleb Williams is not the guy, he can't make the decision after 1 year. The Lions don't want him, of course. So the only place in the North he would go is the Vikings. And honestly, it kind of makes sense. If you watch what Andy Herman wrote, it kind of makes sense for him to go there for a year. So it really could be like a Brett Favre situation.
Oh, gosh, that would kill me if I see him in a purple and gold uniform.
Yeah, I don't even know where he'd go, honestly. Tennessee? Why? You don't think
Will Levis is not the answer.
Yeah, but getting Rodgers at this point in his career is not the answer. The only way it makes sense is if you have a young quarterback that you maybe draft and you want in the city year. You got to see what teams pick a young quarterback that have the guy. They just need to give him some time to develop. That's the only time it makes sense to have Rodgers at this point. I mean, Rodgers won one Super Bowl in his career. He wasn't Tom Brady. And, he had a whole year off. He clearly looks a lot older than he did. I don't know. He might want to hang it up after this, but I doubt he will. I'm sure he'll try to come back to the Jets. I'm not sure. It seems like they're not going to take him back. But definitely the right move for the Packers to get rid of him. Even if Jordan Love isn't the answer in the long run, which I'm hoping he is still. I mean, I just don't think he will, but it was time to get rid of Rodgers regardless.
Yeah, well, he's only a couple touchdowns away, Mike, from passing Brett Favre in passing TDs of all time.
Nice.
So he's close to that. And you could be that fan, Mike, of Jordan Love of saying that he's going to the toilet bowl. You could be that fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back. So we will be there next week, folks. And just to play a quick tune and quick sorry to the Twitter folks, but they can watch this on the YouTube. And I'd like to say it's for Jordan Love, what he did to the Bears. Most of the team, even though they deserve not to win, but we can't apologize for wins. You'll take the win when you can. Next great Packer, ladies and gentlemen. But that tunes it out here. We'll see you next week. We'll recap this 49ers Packers game as we are all taking the Packers here, so hopefully we get the dub. It'll be a good game to see. Me and Mike will be out there supporting the Pack and the PackReacts channel. We will be doing that. I'll be vlogging. Mike will be getting some content, hopefully we'll be seeing out there. He's gotten some Chicago content, but not all that we wanted. There'll be that. And, of course, you can find us on Twitter, X, on PackReacts. You can find me on the YouTube channel. I will get back to doing the GOAT series. I've been busy with schoolwork because every time I'm about to film a video, schoolwork literally shows up right as soon as I'm about to film. So that has happened. Be a good game next week, Mike.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this is first of many that we go through, Jeremy.
Yes, first of many.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Thanks, Mark, for joining. Rob for joining. And, appreciate it.
All right. Go Pack, go, folks.